I still remember the exact moment my life quietly changed, and the funny thing is, it started as a joke. Her name was Emma, and she had been my best friend for almost 7 years. We met in college when we both accidentally grabbed the same coffee cup at a campus cafe. She laughed and said, "You can have it, but only if you promise to buy the next one." That was the beginning of everything. From that day on, we were inseparable. Late-night study sessions, random road trips, complaining about work, helping each other through breakups. Emma was always there. People always assumed we were a couple. But we weren't. Or at least, that's what I kept telling myself. Emma dated a few guys over the years. I dated a few girls too. But somehow we always ended up back at the same diner booth on Friday nights, talking about life like nothing else mattered. One evening, after a long week at work, we were sitting on her apartment balcony watching the city lights. Emma sighed dramatically. "Why is dating so exhausting?" she said, dropping her phone onto the table. "At this point I should just marry my best friend." I laughed. "Well," I said, raising my coffee cup, "that sounds like a solid plan." She rolled her eyes. "You're impossible." There was a moment of silence between us. Then, without thinking, I smirked and said casually, "All right then. Marry me." I expected her to laugh. Or throw a pillow at me. Or say something sarcastic like she always did. But Emma didn't laugh. She froze. Her eyes widened slightly, and for the first time in years, she looked nervous around me. She said softly. Then she looked down at her hands. And whispered something I never expected to hear. "I thought you'd never ask." For a second, I thought she was joking. But when she looked back up, her eyes were shining, and there were tears forming. My smile slowly faded. "Wait," I said quietly. "Emma, are you serious?" She nodded. "I've been serious for a long time." My heart started pounding. "You mean?" She let out a small laugh, wiping her eyes. "I mean I've been in love with you for years, idiot." The words hit me like a wave. Years. All those movie nights. All those long talks. All those times people asked if we were together. Suddenly everything made sense. "You never said anything," I whispered. Emma shrugged. "You never did either." She looked at me carefully. "So I figured, maybe you just didn't feel the same." I stared at her for a moment, realizing something that had probably been true the entire time. The truth was, every relationship I had ever tried felt temporary. Because deep down, the person I wanted to call first, was always Emma. Every good moment. Every bad day. Every stupid joke. She was already the person I shared my life with. I leaned back in my chair and laughed softly. "You know what's crazy?" I said. "What?" "I meant that as a joke." Emma smiled gently. "I know." Then she tilted her head and asked, "But, does it have to stay one?" The night air felt suddenly different. Warmer. Real. I looked at my best friend, the girl who had been right beside me for 7 years. And for the first time, I realized she had never really just been my best friend. She had always been my person. So I reached across the table and took her hand. "Okay," I said with a grin. "Let's try that again." Emma raised an eyebrow. I took a deep breath and said, "Emma, will you marry me?" This time. I wasn't joking. And her smile was the most beautiful answer I had ever seen.